So once I left BYU, I started my career at Goldman Sachs. Now I don't know that necessarily what I did was kind of the glamorous like security trading or like investment banking, which is probably good for me because I have three children and that lifestyle would have been really hard to maintain with a family. But I started out in Goldman's operations division. My role kind of got absorbed by their securities division, and I did something called security settlements, which is basically inventory management for stock trades. So like after you've made a trade, on paper it looks like you have it in your account, but like typically there's kind of a settlement period that it takes a couple days for everything to get there. So I did that for the Canadian stock market. And it was exciting. Market hours were crazy fast. Like you might have a single trade worth like $50 million that you need to work with a trader to go and cover if like you shorted a bond or something like that. So it was really quick. It was fun, stressful. There's a lot of risk, but it was enough to like pique my interest in the world of finance and make me realize like I wanted to go and specialize in that more. And ultimately that's what took me to grad school. So I went to the University of Texas in 2019 to do a master's in finance. Originally, the plan was to get back into like the hedge fund, potentially private equity space. But once I got down there, I got exposed to the world of like corporate finance, which I had always just kind of thought was like accounting heavy. But I learned that there's this like whole different side of business and the way that corporate finance and strategy works, and I just loved it. So that's what led to me eventually kind of getting more into the tech world. So coming out of UT, I started with Intel up just outside of Portland, Oregon. I spent some time in their manufacturing division, kind of forecasting commodity spending. That was exciting. It was, semiconductors are a fascinating space. There's a lot of math and physics that goes into it, and that's where I learned a lot about like economies of scale. Eventually, I jumped over into their technology development arm, so I would help set unit cost targets for technologies that'll come out 6-7 years from now. At this point in my career, that's when I decided that there kind of was a change that needed to happen. I was enjoying the impact I was having, but I felt like the world of semiconductors, for somebody that doesn't come from like a physics background or like electrical engineering, it's really hard to grasp. The physics and the chemistry that goes into semiconductors is just like so intense and so deep that it was hard supporting from a financial perspective something that I knew that I would never fully grasp, and I wanted something that was more tangible for me, and that's ultimately what took me to the world of software. So I should probably pause.